There are flowers in the garden that demand attention. Bold, bright, impossible to ignore. And then there are flowers like Campanula, quietly present, gently moving, almost as if they belong to another world. Their petals form perfect little bells, not ringing with sound, but with something softer. A feeling, a memory, a moment of stillness. The name Campanula comes from the Latin word for little bell, a simple name for a surprisingly diverse group of plants. There are over 500 species growing amongst the meadows, mountains and woodland edges throughout the northern hemisphere. Some stay low to the ground, spreading gently like a soft green carpet. Others grow tall and upright, their stems lined with rows of nodding blooms that move with the breeze. Their colours are never harsh, soft blues, deep violets and pale whites, shades that seem to belong just as much to the evening light as they do to the day. Despite their delicate appearance, Campanula is a remarkably resilient plant. It asks for very little, just a place to settle and grow. Most varieties thrive in full sun or partial shade, adapting easily to different parts of the garden. What matters most is the soil. It should be well drained, never too heavy and never waterlogged. In the early stages, a little regular watering helps them establish, but once established they become quietly independent, returning year after year with very little effort. If you take the time to remove the faded flowers, you may be rewarded with a second flush of blooms, a softer echo of the first, but no less beautiful. And always they bring life with them. Bees are drawn to Campanula in a way that almost feels instinctive. They disappear into each bell, lingering just for a moment before moving on, as if following a rhythm that we can't quite hear. Campanula has been part of gardens for centuries. In medieval Europe it was often grown in monastery gardens, places of quiet reflection where plants carried meaning as well as beauty. Its bell-shaped flowers were thought to echo the sound of church bells. A gentle reminder to pause, to reflect, to return to stillness. Over time it has found its way into cottage gardens, woven between roses, herbs and wildflowers, not as a focal point, but something softer, a companion plant. One that filled spaces, softened edges, and made the garden feel whole. But beyond its history, Campanula carries something more, a sense of quiet folklore. In old European stories, bell-shaped flowers were said to belong to the world of fairies. It was believed that their tiny bells would ring, but only for those who were not quite human, a sound too delicate for us to hear. Some traditions warned against picking them, suggesting it might invite mischief. Others believed they offered protection, a gentle presence in the garden. Over time their meaning became simpler, more human. And perhaps that's why they feel so quietly special. They don't demand attention. They don't try to stand above everything else. They simply exist, returning each year, growing a little further, settling a little deeper. There is a kind of beauty that asks nothing of us, and yet stays with us the longest. Campanula is that kind of beauty. The next time you see these small nodding bells, take a moment, look a little closer, and notice how something so simple can hold so much. If you enjoyed this journey into the garden, there are many more stories waiting. Subscribe and join us again soon, here at The Bear and the Garden.